But so far we haven't had that opportunity.
I also really want to see that. I feel like the fans want to see that too.
Put it out there into the world and make something happen.
Yeah.
But I've been having an amazing time playing this character and being part of this world and getting to be in situations like this. So I embrace it wholeheartedly.
Yeah. Candice, what's your favorite part about Iris?
I don't know. She's a really multifaceted kind of woman. She's emotional yet really strong. She's incredibly romantic and yet really independent. I think we get to see lots of versions of Iris, and I think that's what makes a great woman. You can be sensitive and be strong at the exact same time. And I love that she's kind of the foundation for Barry and for Joe. She can really speak to both of them in a way that others can't. So that's what I love about her.
Is it weird that I'm tearing up just thinking about how amazing Iris is?
I love her too. I really do. I lucked out. I don't know what I did in life to end up here, but
you were an amazing woman. That's what you did.
All right.
Cynthia, I want to ask you, so I have a crazy theory.
Okay, I love fan theories because that informs me.
Okay, so my crazy theory is, and the fans get mad at me when I say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think that Lila is back in Diggle's life and had the baby because Amanda told him to, or told her to.
I mean, I can't confirm or deny any theories. I just enjoy them as a fan
Is it
myself.
possible?
I mean, the great thing about these kind of stories and what I feel like I often experience is fans kind of put a lot of and in a really beautiful, poignant way, you put a lot of your hopes and your wishes and your aspirations, and I think there's this emotional exchange that happens. And the great thing about these characters is these characters certainly have had lives before we as actors portray them, and that will continue to live on. So, when an audience member connects with a character, it's a really powerful thing because these characters kind of stay with you for a long time. So I love that people are so invested. I mean, even again, just the way people kind of come to these things and gather and really embrace these stories and characters. It's a really powerful thing, I mean, it moves me because when we're doing this, we're working on sets and we work in this kind of bubble and we do it, and then it finds its way out there into the universe. But these stories are in people's living rooms and in their homes and in all sorts of places around the world. I mean, it never ceases to amaze me. Military bases, hospitals. So people have a connection with these stories and these characters that I think even go beyond what we realize at times. So bring on the theories.
Bring on the crazy.
Bring on all of it. I love it. It's great.
You're both playing roles that are so embedded in the history of Arrow and Flash. Do you feel a lot of pressure to live up to the comic books?
I don't. I really don't. And only because I think when I booked this role, I was super naive. And immediately, I think the day that they decided on me, Jeff Johns sent me a text message and he said, "I'm so glad we got you as Iris." And for me to know that Jeff Johns, who has lived with the Flash for so long, he knows these characters inside and out, and for him to kind of put his stamp of approval on me as Iris West, I mean, for me, immediately that took away any pressure to be some idea of Iris that I could create or that anyone in the fandom could create, He kind of really gave me the freedom to understand that I was chosen for a reason and that I was good enough. And so I can't thank Jeff Johns enough for that one small little text message. I still have it, still screenshotted on my phone, so he can never forget.
Do you feel any pressure? I mean, there are a lot of other women who've played this role.
Yeah.
And soon Viola Davis.
Yeah, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I feel a sense of pressure in the sense of I just want to respect the character that's been established. But, it's sort of like, I mean, this is very timely, but it's sort of like James Bond, right? It's like there are going to be many iterations of this character, and your job is just to bring your version of that character and not get too hung up in anybody's issue with your interpretation. Like, I can't control if people are into it or not. I can just bring my take and my experience and my, you know, yeah, my interpretation of a character that I really have grown to love. So, I mean, I hope that comes across. And, you know, it's nice to get away from a set and be in a place like this and just kind of see people's reaction in person to the work that you're doing. It's quite satisfying, and I'm just really happy to be here.
We are obviously happy to have you guys here. Candice, you and I spoke once about what I really, well, we've spoken a few times, but what I really wanted was to see what happens in the pipeline, and I got it, which was really amazing.
I did that for you.
You did. I appreciated it. What do you want to see on the show? Because we know we want to see Amanda Waller relax for a minute. I want to see her with a glass of wine. What do you want to see?
On the show for my character or in general?
Just in general, what do you want to see?
I mean, I think we're kind of already moving into what I wanted to see season 2, the multiverse. I mean, that is quite a concept that's going to open a lot of doors for a lot of storylines. I think fans are going to be really excited this season. I mean, last season we started with time travel. The great thing about our show is we hold nothing back. There's no waiting for season 3 to do the multiverse or to do time travel. We're doing everything the moment we think of it. So for me, I think the multiverse is going to be really cool. Also, Iris needs to get in some leather and suit up. I want to see that.
Agreed. You should have suited up here. If you were to cosplay, who would you cosplay?
Oh my god, you guys, I've been on the internet. I'm trying so hard to go as Catwoman from Arkham Knight, and it is so hard to find like a legit costume. I was online and I got a virus on my computer by Googling. So if anyone knows where I can get Catwoman Arkham Knight, specifically the Arkham Knight one, let me know.
Who would you cosplay as?
I don't know, maybe Storm?
Oh yeah.
I don't know, but you know, it's like, you know, we're getting close to Halloween. I also have been not thinking of cosplay, but just, you know, for Halloween purposes. Any ideas are appreciated. I gotta pull it together really quick when I get back home. But I kind of also love the idea of, I know Bryan Cranston kind of famously did it at San Diego Comic-Con, but love the idea of a mask of my own face.
Yeah.
Is that weird? That's like maybe too meta.
A mask of your own face.
Yeah, and then you just like peel it off.
Isn't
and
that
it's your
called
own
Face Off?
Awesome. I know that there are some fan questions that we have to get to.
Oh boy.
So I'm going to take it to the fans.
Yeah.
Take it.
You ready? All right, we're going to start right here.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
First question, Cynthia. It's really nice to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
And one of the things I love about your character is that she always gets everyone else to do her dirty work for her. So I was wondering whether you might get involved with the action this season, especially because I know in Spartacus you had some action Navy SEALs training and things like that.
Yeah, you know, I am always excited at the prospect. It's certainly not up to me. If it were, I would have kicked somebody's ass a while ago. You know, I mean, the producers, I know that when I was kind of presented with even being part of Arrow and auditioned for Amanda Waller, the producers openly were like, we love Spartacus, we loved you on Spartacus. And it's like, oh, thanks. So they are well aware of my capabilities, although my sword training is super rusty and probably wouldn't be appropriate for this world. But I would love to like get in there and scrap. I don't know if character-wise it's appropriate, because the whole idea is that I have other people do my bidding and I keep my heels clean and my hands clean. But I would love for that to happen. So again, you guys put it out into the universe and maybe somebody will hear it and get an idea.
We have another fan question over here.
Hi Candice and Cynthia, you both are absolutely extraordinary. I love you both. Oh my gosh, I can't
Oh my
believe I'm
god,
talking
tell
to
me
you
more.
guys. Well, my question is for you, Candice. What I love so much about The Flash is that it's not just Barry that's the hero, it's a team of heroes. Cisco, Caitlin, Iris, Joe, all of them. And you know, whether they were a hero before or after the particle accelerator, my impression is that Candice always had that innate heroism in her, that she always had a drive to do so much good and like help people. So my question for you is, where do you think that really came from for Iris? Like, do you think, you know, growing up with a cop as a father, do you think it was some other factor? Please give me your thoughts, and thank you.
Yeah, great question that no one's ever actually asked me before. Yeah, I think that's, it definitely comes from having a cop as a father, you know, and watching her dad really go out into the city and fight crime. It's always been important to him, and so for her to have grown up with that definitely had an influence on Iris. I mean, I'm the daughter of a FBI agent, so I know what that's like to grow up influenced by someone who is very adamant about fighting crime. It moves you in a way. And I think that definitely had an influence on Iris. Also, that's her city. She loves that city, and she's very passionate about keeping it safe in her own way. She may not have superpowers, like you said, but I think that's what makes Iris so relatable to the audience. Is the audience doesn't have superpowers either, right? So it's about how you can be an advocate for your city and for your friends and for your town without being a superhero.
We have one more question over here.
Wondering if you think that your two characters will ever meet and if they did, what do you think they'd be like together?
I don't know, we were asked this earlier, so maybe, maybe it's something for the folks, the producers to consider, but there's a lot of overlap, certainly with, we've got Arrow, The Flash, and then Legends of Tomorrow coming up, and there's always a potential for crossover. We've done a Flash Arrow crossover episode, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like give the people what they want, right?
Give the people what they want. That's what I've always said. I don't know. It's everything is possible, right? On our shows, there's nothing that can't be done. It's just a matter of when and where and how. I don't know how our characters would interact.
Yeah. It's got to make sense too. I mean, as much as
as much as we would love to see characters hang out with each other, it does have to make sense in the universe. So, I don't know. Nice idea, though.
But isn't it possible? Amanda obviously knows about Iris, right? She knows everything that's going on.
I know everything.
So it is very
on the
possible.
record.
Yes, it's very possible.
My head is spinning with theories now. With that Lila theory, if we connect it to Iris.
I love the theories.
I'm going to connect it, guys. There's going to be a billboard.
Iris is nosy as hell, so she's always digging into something, so who knows?
Iris might even know about Amanda.
It's possible.
That is mind-blowing.
Wow.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks. You guys are awesome.
Of course, you guys are signing autographs, taking photos with people all weekend.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, everyone who's here. We will be doing more interviews live right here on the MCM Buzz stage. So stick around all day, all tomorrow, really all weekend. I'm your host, Yael Teagle. We'll see you next time.